Okay, I am Mike from GetYourRockOut. I am here with Josh from Coheed and Cambria.
Yes.
So, how are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. How's the tour going?
Tour's been great. It's almost over. Last two shows. It's been really remarkable. We love coming to the UK always because it's a bit like home. You know, it's big shows and the fans always seem to really enjoy it, which makes us enjoy it. So it's been great. It's been awesome.
Cool. Right, so tell us all about the new album. Tell us everything there is to know, essentially.
It's the new album. I don't know what else. It's a two-part record. This half is called Ascension, and it's our new record. I don't know what
well, I was going to ask you about that, because is it part 6 in a sequence, but it's the first part of a two-parter? So...
Yeah, it's the 6th album, but...
Yeah. Do you have songs in this album that are going to be, you know, concluded on the next album, or is it a
well, I think the story, in a sense, is concluded on the next album, but as with everything in the Coheed and Cambria mythos, who knows where it could go next. I mean, this story takes place years and years before the original Coheed and Cambria, being second stage and keeping before that saga. But you know, anybody who knows anything about Coheed and the story knows it's the story of Cyrus Amory, and he makes a discovery. And I think the next record, while it does tie everything together, it's a bit more, you know, in terms of the story, a bit more of a personal lost story, whereas Ascension was more of this great journey and this tremendous discovery. So. You know, for the people who enjoy the story and dig in, they'll just have to wait till Ascension. But I know we're all really anxious and excited for people to not only hear it, but to hear where the story goes. And there is a bit of an ending, but like I said, I mean, this story wraps up. It has, maybe more so than any Coheed record, it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. But who knows where it could go beyond this? I don't know. I don't even think Claudio knows. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a comic book tie-in with this?
I mean, there's a lot of different ideas. You know, I always get in trouble for saying things, and then it's really stuff I just eavesdrop in here. So I'm not really sure exactly if it's going to be a comic book or a full-on graphic novel or a book. I'm not really sure. I don't know. I don't think anybody knows. I've heard a lot of ideas, and there's some really interesting things on the horizon, but specifically what, I'm not sure.
Okay. Now, it's an interesting set list you have tonight, half acoustic, half full-on electric. Can you tell us a little bit about
that? Yeah, I mean, it's something even, you know, we would do years ago, back before I rejoined the band, we would do that. I just think it's fun for us to kind of explore both worlds, you know. Playing acoustic is completely different than playing electric. There's a lot of singing, and it's just something we enjoy, and it's always kind of cool to open up for yourselves, which I think is neat. I also think it's good for like a band like Fighting with Wire that there's not, you know, 3 rock bands with 3 different setups, and it allows them to really have, you know, the crowd's attention and the focus, and they're a really great band, and we've had just a tremendous time with them. Really, really like their band a lot. But that's about it. We just thought it would be interesting and something cool, and I think we really enjoy playing acoustic, so I think there's going to be some more of that. It's not really half and half. It's like half an hour acoustic, an hour and a half electric, so it's still like a full-on Coheed set electric, but I think it's just something we enjoy doing.
Alright, well, you touched on it a little bit there, but you left the band in 2006 before rejoining again 5 years later. What were the circumstances behind your departure, and then what were the circumstances behind your rejoining the band?
Well, I was a severe heroin addict, which is not good. It's not a good thing to do. That and a lot of other things, but I think that was really kind of the, you know, home base of some of the things. I think there's a lot of bitterness and unhappiness that can kind of is born out of frustration, and maybe that's where the drugs came from too. But you know, instead of being an adult about these things and talking, we were all really growing apart, and that just kind of breeds contempt and bitterness. Isn't even a word more powerful, would be a better kind of, would sum it up better. But one day I just decided I wasn't going to show up, which was a really awful thing to do. People always ask, did you get quit or did you get fired? And I think the answer is I was about to get fired for all the shit I would pull. I mean, I basically tested and pushed these guys to the very limit, but they always had my back. And you know, towards the very end, it was very selfish, and something I'm not to this, you know, proud of. But those were the circumstances behind my departure. And coming back was just, I don't know. I think we missed each other. I know I missed those guys quite a bit. Just as people, I never thought in a million years we would play together again. I certainly wanted that to happen. I regretted not being in Coheed from just about the moment I left. I think it took a long time, though, you know, to kind of swallow your pride and to admit not just that you're wrong. I mean, it's much deeper than that. You know, for 2 years I walked around saying, you know, to hell with those guys. And then you start to kind of get real with yourself. You can only lie to yourself for so long. And I was wrong, and I wanted to tell those guys how much I missed them and how important they were to me as friends, beyond just the music. But I got a chance to do that. I went out to see a few shows. Hey, I'm doing an interview! I hate it. You can come through, I was yelling at Travis. But yeah, they called and they said, you want to play? And I said, yeah. That's basically the circumstances behind me coming back.
All right. Now, what does the immediate future hold after the next album's release? What next for Coheed and Cambria?
We think a lot of touring. You know, we want to be on the road and just be. You know, the next tour is with a band called Between the Buried and Me, and a band called
I interviewed them
Russian
recently.
Circles. Yeah, I know. We're really excited for that tour. It'll be a bit different. Definitely more on the prog side of things, and I think that'll be really cool. And we're just really looking forward to playing some of the stuff off Dissension. Clearly, there'll be stuff off Ascension, and hopefully, just a nice mix of the catalog. At this point, we have, you know, enough records that we can do a nice mix of everything, and that's what the future holds as of right now. Just a lot of touring and a lot of getting to play live shows.
Outstanding. And do you have a message right into the camera for all the fans who've been supporting Coheed and Cambria for all these years?
To all the fans that have supported Coheed over the years, I think you guys know this, but know this. So you guys mean the world to us, and I certainly hope that you enjoy and appreciate these records. You know, we've certainly worked hard, but we enjoy making these records. So when you guys enjoy them, it really makes, it doesn't just make our day, it makes our lives. And you know, we owe you guys the world, and we try to give it back to you every time we're on that stage. So thank you guys, I love you guys, and we'll see you guys soon.
Okay, thank you very much.
Cool.
Have a good show tonight, man.
Cool.